Right. So let's discuss 2012 paper 2, question number 1. The very first question is converting binary to hexadecimal. We already know now converting this is we mark this 4 bits each. Yes, we separate by 4 bits. The reason is for hexadecimal number, we need 4 bits. So we have 1010 and 1001. The values we already know that this is 1, this is 2 to the power 0, this is 2 to the power 1, this is 2 to the power 2, and this is 2 to the power 3, that is 8. So we know that this is the 9, and this is, we know that it's 10. 10 means A. So that's A9. So I think those who have said almost everyone got the correct answer. Right. Name a coding system used to represent characters in computers. When you talk about the, binary hexadecimal. And then name a coding system used to represent characters. Character representation, we discuss different ways of representing characters, right? So what are the answers for this? How do you represent characters? Chibendi? Rashmika? What are the coding systems we have discussed?
ASCII.
Yes, we discuss ASCII. That's the first one we discuss. Yes, how many bits we have used for ASCII? Taraka? Nilana? How many bits we have used in ASCII? Yes, we can use ASCII. Chibendi, how many bits? You have to remember now. Vishmi? Anyone in the class? How many bits? How many bits we...
7 bits.
Yes? Chibendi?
7 bits.
7 bits, good. So we use 7 bits, that means 128 symbols we can represent using ASCII. And then for A, we know that it's decimal 65 we use. We need to remember this. Then we have EBCDIC. And how many bits we use for EBCDIC? Anyone in the class? Nilana, Taraka, Lasindu? Yes, Jimendi? How many bits you use in EBCDIC?
8.
Yes, which means 8 bits we are using, again 256 characters. Then we have Unicode. Can one of you tell me like how many bits we use for Unicode? Yes, it's 16 bits, but newer versions we have even 32 bits. But in your case, we need to remember 16 bits. Good. Okay, next one, I think again it's correct everyone. So I need the next one. I need everyone to tell me the answer. Advantages of each computer network. Advantages. Yes, Jimendi. Why we are going to have a computer network? What are the reasons? Last Sindhu, you have done this, right? Nilana, Rashmika, Taraka, Vishmi.
Ability to share data and information between computers.
Yes, exactly. One of the main advantages is we can share data among the computers. So without a network, it will take more time, right? So we can efficiently share data and information between two computers or among computers in the network. Good. Another one.
Saving electric power.
That's why do you say it's saving electric power? Can you elaborate more, like how can we save electricity?
Cost reduction එකේ මේ.
Cost is reduced. Yes, in a way you can reduce the cost because, for example, you don't have to purchase software for each and every computer. So that's yes, one. Cost is reduced. Sharing data information among computers. Then cost reduction, yes, that's also agree. What else?
Ability to connect anywhere at any time.
Yes, you can connect computers from anywhere, anytime. Good. That's also another one. What else? Yes. Security, yes. Security is high. You can use username and passwords. Getting backups again easy because it's centralized hardware, software management, which means you can handle hardware software issues in a one machine. The whole network can be accessed. Yes. What else? You can share internet through the computers. Good. Right. We have given a truth table. Modify the given logic circuit by insert a single logic gate to represent the above truth table. Now, first of all, can you tell me like what is this truth table represents? Yes. This truth table represent what is the gate that represent this truth table? You have already done the questions.
No gate.
It's a NOR gate, right? What we have given is O gate, which means what do you have to do? What is the gate we need to insert? Yes. We have to insert what? This is a O gate. How do you convert into NOR gate? You convert,
Not
you
that.
put it exactly, yes. So you insert a NOT gate here. Yes, NOT gate. So that's the answer. So we can say that we can add a NOT gate, right? Add a NOT gate, right? So you can draw this. Good one. So question number 5 from part 1. Consider the two columns. We have A, column 1, and then column 2. Select down the suitable terms for A, B, C, D, E from the following list. Yes. Translate a web address URL to the relevant IP address. So what is it? Yes. The server responsible for this is called domain name service, or no, domain name systems. So we call DNS, isn't it? Okay, what is the service of the internet from the following? Yes, we have simple DNS IP address, web browser, and World Wide Web. What is the service of the internet?
World Wide Web.
Yes, World Wide Web. So that is a service. Remember that this is the part of, so World Wide Web. What is it? If anyone asks, what is World Wide Web? Rashmika, what is World Wide Web? It is a place where, what do you have in it? Taraka? Nilana? If anyone asks you like what is World Wide Web, what would be your answer? Yes? Vishmi? Yes, World Wide Web is a place where we have all the electronic documents. That means all the interconnected web pages are stored. So that is the place where we can access the information, and it's a part of the internet. Right, see, uniquely identify each computer on the internet. So what is it? To uniquely identify each of the computers on the internet, we will have what? We have IP address, isn't it? So how many bytes you need to represent IP address? Anyone in the class? How many bytes you need for IP address? No, Jimendi, that's wrong. Yes. So IP address contains, yes, numbers from 0 to 255. That means 256 numbers. So you need 8 bits to represent one number, isn't it? That means 1 byte. There are 4 numbers like that, isn't it? So that means in bits, you need 32 bits, which means you need 4 bytes. I think I have discussed this many times in the class. Okay, separate username and domain name for an email address. That we already know that this is at symbol. At symbol represents, separates out the username and the password. And finally, E, now we have the remaining. Yes, it's a web browser. Okay. So let's move to the sixth one. Can you quickly send me the answers in the chat? What is A? A port in a computer can be used to connect external devices such as external hard drivers, printers, mice, and scanners. That means this particular port could be used to connect many devices, many peripheral devices. And B port can be used to connect computer to the internet. So the first one is USB, isn't it? Universal serial bus. So that's the port where we can use many devices together. And connecting to the internet means we have to use network port. Sometimes we call RJ45 as well. And monitor connections. Yes, can you tell me like 3 ports we can use to connect monitors to computer? 3 ports. Right now, the answer is VGA. That is 1 port. Can you tell me 2 other ports? Yes, HDMI. Nilana said, Jimendi said HDMI. What is the other port? There are many others as well. Yes. So there are few ports you can connect to the computers. The other ports are HDMI. Even there's a micro version of HDMI. And then DVI, if you have not heard about this. DVI port. So after VGA, there's a DVI. Then now we have HDMI. The very recent one is called micro HDMI. For example, Raspberry Pi computers now, you have the micro version of HDMI port. And the last one port is used to connect speakers. So that's actually a sound port. In this particular case, it's line port, right? Line out. Good, right? And what is PS2? Can you tell me like 2 devices which could be connected using PS2 ports quickly? Yes, PS2 ports. Yes. In PS2 is actually used to connect keyboards and monitors. Lasindo said keyboard, yes. You can connect both keyboards and mouse using PS2 ports. Okay, so connect the two. This is not that difficult, I guess. So we have computer monitor. So 3 types of monitors you can list here. Yes, that's CRT monitors, LCD, and LED. Then we have CPU. We know that CPU is used for arithmetic and logical operations. That arithmetic means the computations. So that's the first one. And the third one is digital camera. We know digital camera is used to image capture. And hard disks, reading and writing heads. And keyboard we call QWERTY keyboard. Now if you look at your keyboard keys, look at the keyboard if you start the letters from left to right, the very first, the topmost row, you will see QWERTY, isn't it? So all normal keyboards contains what we call QWERTY keyboard. QWERTY is the topmost row in the keyboard. But there are many others, right? Although we have QWERTY, that is the one we normally use, but some keyboards are different, right? So this, whatever we use very commonly, the keyboard is known as QWERTY keyboard. So there was a question earlier from Tark, I guess, asking what is QWERTY. So QWERTY means the key representation in the keyboard. So the keyboards that we will use is called QWERTY keyboard because the topmost row contains the letters QWERTY. Okay. So question number 8. Yes, can you type the answers quickly? Yes, first of all, we have to put the truth table. We have X, then we have Y, and then we have Z. We know when everything is closed, yes, we know it will not show the bulb. If at least one is open, then light is open. If both ones open, then this is one. So what is the gate? Yes, Neelana gave the answers. Yes. What is the gate that we have to represent? Single logic gate. Yes, Muru, what is the gate that we have to represent in here? Yes, exactly. It should be, yes, O gate. So we have to say O gate here. Right. So the question number 19. We have 4 statements in video editing software. We have to send the answers. Please send the answers A, B, C, D. The video editing software feature organize control movie contents over time. B can be used to insert sound. C allows access to change most commonly attributes of graphic animation. And D tool trims images on the graphics editing software. Right? So in this particular case, if you start with A, can we use, feature organize the controls movie contents over time. So how do you manage the time, right? So if you remember which one we will use, it's the So the A should be the timeline. If you remember, in animation, we have seen this, the same as in video editing software, because different software, you have different, ways to represent this timing. But anyway, for that particular question, the answer should be the timeline. So that is the place where you represent everything what you want to organize in the video. For example, it could be a video, or it could be a picture or another animation, that where you can put or place. So that will be the timeline. And that is the second one, it's B. So that means can be used to inserting. We call import, and then when you want save, we call export, right? So here we have to say import. So import can be used to insert the sound into animation file. Then we have C, allows to access change most commonly used attributes of a graphic animation. So this is we call property inspector. If you remember that, what we have used is called property inspector. So that is the place where you can change the attributes and the details. Now, for example, the width of the picture, we could, change when you go to width, and we can change the size there. So this is called property inspector. And when you want to trim something, right? That means when you want to remove unwanted, the parts of an image, we use the crop tool, right? So there are a couple of tools. We have crop and magic wand. So if you look at these two, we have to use the crop tool. The trims means you are going to remove unwanted parts of an image. So that should be crop tool. Okay, let's move on to the last one. So we need to fill in the blanks. Here we will say it will perform 10 divisions, right? So when you say 10 divisions, we know that the counter should, it's a for loop. So we know that it should go from 1 to 10, isn't it? It should go from 1 to 10 because it 10 divisions. It should repeat 10 times, right? 10 divisions, and it should be 10 times. So it says 1 to 10. Now program accepts two numbers, which means when you're getting two numbers means it should be input. So the two numbers, you have to get it as a input numbers. We have to say input. So that also, I think, not that difficult. So you can also use the read or get or enter, whatever you want to put it here. So what we have discussed is input. So I'll put it as input, right? And then, so division, it says if 1 is divided by 2, the divisor 2 is not 0, then division is carried out. So which means we are getting the answer only when the value is not 0. If particular value is 0, it says 1 is divided by 2, right? Then the division 2, right? So if you are assuming that the 2 is the number, so then we know that if the number is 2, you cannot divide. We have a problem, right? Isn't it? I will put number 2 because I'm assuming that you are going to divide by 2. If that is the case, we have to say division by 0. So I will say division by 0 here. It could be other as well. So in the question, it's not clear whether it's number 1 or number 2. So if you put number 1, again, the answer is correct. Assuming that you are dividing by number 1. In my case, I have assumed that I'm going to divide by number 2, right? So then we are going to say it's division by 0. You can't, perform the division, right? If that is the case, we know that answer, to get the answer, you have to divide. What you have to divide is number 1. You have to divide by number 2, isn't it? Number 1 by number 2. And then we know that you have to print the answer. So this is actually a good question. I hope everyone tried this and got the answer. So let's see. I will go through your answers and get back to you shortly. So that's the answer for the first one.
සර් අතන number 2 එකේ අගේ බිඳුවයි නේද?
නෑ. කොතනකද පුතේ කියන්නේ?
මේ if number 2 equals 0 then print division by 0 කියලා සර් දැන්.
ඔව් එහෙම තමයි එන්න ඕනේ. number 0 කියන එක එන්න ඕනේ. මට මෙතන ඉඩමදි හින්දා පුතේ ඒක ආවේ. So in this particular, yes, it should be. Let me see whether I can remove this. I don't know why I can't remove that. I'm unable to remove this. I know. So this part should be, the proper answer should be, if within bracket we have to come like this, number 2 equals 0. Yes, it should be like that.
එතකොට සර් answer එකට ඒක බලපාන්නේ නැද්ද?
කොයි answer එකටද? නෑ මෙහෙමනේ කියන්නේ අපි මෙතන කියන්නේ පොතේ number 2 බිඳුව වුණොත් මොකක්ද අපිට එන output එක? division by 0. if එකක් නැති. ඉතින් බැරි වෙලාවත් number 2 කියන එක බිඳුව වුණොත් මොකක්ද අපිට output එක එන්නේ මේකෙදි? division by 0. එහෙමනේ. හැබැයි number 2 එක 0 නොවුනොත්, then we are going to divide number 1 by number 2 and we'll get the answer. Answer එක බිඳුවෙන් බෙදුනොත් නේ අපිට උත්තරයක් දෙන්න බැරි.
ඉතින් සර් number 2 බිඳුවයි කියලා ගත්තොත් අතන මේ answer එක number 1 බෙදීම number 2 ගේ ඇද්දි බිඳුවෙන්නේ බෙදෙන්නේ.
ඔව් පොතේ ඉතින් දෙවෙනි එකට යන්නේ නෑනේ. number 2 එක බිඳුව වුණොත් මොකද්ද මේක කියන්නේ? if number 2 equals 0, then division by 0. ඊළඟ ටිකට යනවද යන්නේ? else part එකට යයිද? තරකට තේරුණාද මේක? number 2 එක 0 වුණොත් division එක වෙනවද නැද්ද? division එක වෙන්නේ නැහැ. තරක බලන්න number 2 එක බිඳුව වුණොත් division එක වෙනවද මෙතනදී? number 2 එක 0 වුණොත් අපි print කරනවා division by 0 කියලා. හරි? message එකක්. ඒ කියන්නේ මේක division by 0 මේකේ උත්තරයක් නැහැ කියලානේ කියන්නේ. division by 0 කියන එකේ අදහස. හරි? මේක බෙදෙන්නේ බිඳුවෙන් කියන එක. So there's no answer for that. හැබැයි බිඳුව නොවුනොත් then you go to else part and you will get the answer. Is it clear everyone? Tarak?
හරි සර්.
හරිද? Okay then, we'll move to question number 2. Good that you asked questions, Tarka. So that's exactly the way I want. Right. So the next one, question number 2. මේක කරන්න කියලා කිව්වේ නැහැ. But can you quickly tell me the answers? It's not that difficult. Write down the cell range which represent the data for the month of July in all 18 cities. Month of July in all cities. Cell range. Question asks cell range. Can you quickly type the answer in the chat? What is the cell range? Yes, Lasindu. Yes, I got the answer from Vishmi. Then the second one, it asks single function that has to be entered in C21. So that means here. Yes, what is the cell range? If you start from here, it's C3, go up to C20, isn't it? So the answer for the first one is actually C3 to C20, isn't it? Good. Second one, it asks the single function to enter in the cell 21. So that means here. What should be entered here? Yes. 20, sorry. Cell 21. So that is here. Right? That's the first one. And the next is a maximum number. Yes, next maximum number. Yes, what is the value you put? Yes. First one is total. So how do you calculate the total? What equation you have to put it here? Total. So that is sum, isn't it? So it should be sum. Within brackets, we know the range C3 to C20. So that's very easy one. The next one is max. And the last one is average. Right? Average. But average, but you are copying it to D23, right? Not C. You are going to copy it to D23. So that should be the answer. Yes. So the max is, we know that it's max. It's C3 to C20. Good. I got the correct answers from Jimendi, Muru, then Vishmi. And then the average, but you have to copy to D23. So what is the value in D23? That's a question. Yes, Vishmi got the correct answer. How about the others? You type the average here and you copy it to D23. What is the formula? Yes, good. We have to have average D3 to D20. Okay, so that's not that difficult. Let's move on to question number 3. I didn't ask you to write that one as well because I thought now you are comfortable with these questions. So that's why I asked not to try at home, but we can quickly do this. Yes. Write down the primary keys of these tables quickly. I want everyone to type the answer. Yes, what are the primary keys of these tables? Yes, what are the primary keys? Teachers table. And then subjects table. And then teacher subject table. Question asks only 2, but I need a. Yes, Jimendi, can you tell me the answer for the first one, teachers table? What is the primary key for teachers table? Yes, it should be teach ID, isn't it? Good. Lasindu, can you tell me the answer for the subjects table? What is the primary key for the subjects table? Okay, I need, Lasindu, can you speak and tell me the answer for the subjects table?
The subject code.
Yes, good. It should be subject code. Miru, can you tell me answer for the teacher subject table? Nilana?
Subject code and teach ID.
Yes, we cannot use one here because there are duplicate values. Subject code you cannot take. Teach ID you cannot take it. There are duplicates. So you combine both subject code and teach ID. When you have two fields for primary key, we use a special name for this. Yes. Then we use a special name for this primary key. What is it? Can anyone of you tell me the answer? We use a special name when you have more than one field in the primary key.
composite key.
It's called composite key. Good. I got the answers from Jim and the Miro as well. We call composite key. So the third table, we have a composite key. Right. Briefly explain one disadvantage that would occur if single table you use instead of 3 tables. So instead of having separate tables like this, if you put everything in one table, what would happen? What would happen? Yes. What do you mean by one table? Yes, we can have a single table like teach ID, then name, subject code, subject name. So what will happen if you have like this? Now, for example, we will have like teach ID. We have 1111, isn't it? We have Saman, Silva, and then Saman Silva teaches 2 subject English. So that we have to repeat, isn't it? ENG 10, teaching the subject English. Then again, Saman Silva just teaches SCI science as well. Then we have the next teacher 2222. We have Mallika Pereira. He also teaches 2 subjects. First one, Sinhala. Yes, the next subject is science. So what are the difficulties? Yes. What do you think? One disadvantage of single table use. If you use like this, what is the difficulty? Yes. What do you see? What do you see here? You will see a lot of duplicate values, isn't it? Yes. A lot of duplicate values. We call data redundancy. So what do you mean by data redundancy? Yes, the problems in update, insert, update, or delete. It's not easy to delete. It's not easy to update, isn't it? දැන් උදාහරණයක් විදිහට ටීචර් කෙනෙක් විතරක් මේකට ඉන්සර්ට් කරන්න පුළුවන්. Can we insert only teacher name? අපි හිතමු අලුත් ටීචර් කෙනෙක් ආවා. තාම සබ්ජෙක්ට් එකක් දීලා නැහැ. දැන් අපි තනි ටේබල් එකක් තිබුණා නම් දෙන්න පුළුවන්ද ටීචර්ව දාන්න පුළුවන්ද ටේබල් එකට? You can't insert without subject. හරි? හැබැයි උඩ තියෙන විදිහට you can insert a teacher without any problem. So insertion is a problem. Update on teacher කෙනෙක් marry කරා නම වෙනස් වුණා. What do you have to do? You have to change multiple places. අපි හිතමු මල්ලිකා පෙරේරා නෙමෙයි මල්ලිකා විතාන වුණා. That can happen, isn't it? So you have to change, yes, all the tables where Mallika Perera appears. If you miss one, then it's, we call anomaly. We can mean problem solved, we call anomaly. Right? So there are a lot of anomalies in insert update. Deletion. Are Mallika Perera is calling Gia. Yes, you have to remove. අපි හිතුවොත් මෙයාව remove කරනවා නම් you have to remove everywhere in the table. So there are a lot of difficulties. Insertion is difficult, update is difficult, deletion is difficult. Yes. And data duplicates needs more space, isn't it? More storage space is needed. දැන් මෙහෙම මේ කෝඩ් මේ පේලි හතරෙන් පුතාලට පේන්නේ මේක ඕනද කියලා. හැබැයි අපි තුමු ටීචර්ස්ලා 50ක් විතර හිටියා නම් you need lot of spaces in the this table. Table will be very big. Right? Searching is difficult. මොනවාද දෙයක් search කරන්න ඕනෝ? අපි හිතමු මොනවද තියෙන subjects කියලා අහන්න බැලුවෝ. It's difficult now. Not like in early. How many subjects are there? A difficult question if you have only one table like this. Inefficient search. Searching is difficult. Adding is difficult. Modifying is difficult. අපි හිතමු අපි English උගන්වන්නේ නැහැ කියලා. So everywhere in English you have to remove. It's not easy. Or changing. උදාහරණයක් විදිහට අපි කියනවා මල්ලිකා පෙරේරා ටීචර්ට සිංහල වෙනුවට අපි English assign කරා. Right? You have to search everywhere to find this record. So it will be very difficult, right? Very difficult. Right. Third one, what do you mean by a foreign key? Illustrate your answer using above table. Can you type the answer? I need everyone to tell or type the answer in the chat. Yes, Tark gave the answer. Yes. Illustration, Tarka. You don't have to answer like my case. You can just say subject code in teacher subject table. Okay, shall we move to the next one? I think I got the answers for these questions from you, but let's quickly discuss. Yes, question number 4. It has the protocol. Yes, what is protocol? So it's HTTP. And what is service? You know, the service is World Wide Web, www. What is the top level domain? What is top level domain name? Yes. Any one of
Okay.
you? Yes, it should be LK. So those are the answers. So I already asked you to submit the answers if you have already done so. I will go through your answers and come back to you. Second one, online shopping can be identified the purchasing product or services over the internet. Briefly explain 2 benefits of online shopping. Can you type the answer in the chat or speak? Yes. Yes, it saves the time. Yes, good. 24-hour service saves time. 24-hour service. We can say 24/7. Why by 7? Yes, it's 24 hours, 7 days of a week, which means throughout the year you can purchase it. Payments in, yes, payments in electronic format. You can use credit card, debit card. Yes, that's another way. What else? Jimendi said electronic payment. Lasidhu said 24-hour service. Yes, Milana said you can purchase from anywhere. Yes, you can purchase from anywhere. You don't have to limit to one country or one city. Yes, you can purchase from anywhere in the world. So question number 2, saves time 24/7 service. Anytime you can purchase, you can make the payments in electronic format. You can purchase from anywhere in the world and reduce cost. Why reduce cost? You don't have to have showrooms, right? So there's a lot of cost reduced because of this. So you can purchase from reduced price. Third one, a person says that his credit card details have been stolen. Like one of the problem is even in the electronic form, the details could be stolen and used by someone else after online shopping. Suggests 3 safety measures that he can take to prevent such unauthorized transactions. What could be done to avoid these? Yes, what could be done to avoid this? How do you avoid such a situation? Yes, what are the answers? One thing is this could happen for fraudulent, companies. So when you purchase, you should always purchase from well-known or we call reputed companies, right? So usually this will not happen if it is a well-known company because they make sure that they have the security measurements for this, right? So let me put some answers for this. Purchases from well-known, we can say reputed companies. Yes. So that is one thing that you could easily do. Do not, purchase from, other places where you are not really sure, right? And then sometimes there are some services where they provide this fraud protection. So some credit card companies, they offer this service. So use credit card with, we could say that fraud protection. So when you purchase a credit card, make sure that it has this what you call online. It should be online, right? Online fraud protection. Yes. So that should be there. Online fraud protection. Make sure that it has this. Otherwise, you should not use that credit card for online purchases. And keep the details of the transactions. Keep the details of the shopping, we call of the transaction. So whenever something goes wrong, it's always good if you have the details, when you have made the payments and how much you have paid and so on. So these details, it's very important to keep, right? Do not purchase, as I told you earlier, from unknown places. So that is the key thing. You should not use any credit cards at the unknown places, right? If it is not verified, you should not do that, right? So these are some of the answers for the third question for the safety measures. Okay, question number 4. In the following diagram, message 2 is equivalent to message 1. Certain technology is used to convert message 1. Yes, we call, what is this? We call encryption. Write down that if you don't know this. This is called encryption. Convert one to other, right? So for example, I told you this earlier as well. So simple example is, let's say I want to put Pahana, and the encryption is a simple change. A rule like replace with next letter. So that is the encryption that we are going to use. If you just replace the next letter, what you will get? Instead of Pahana, you will get, then we have Q, B, I, B, O, B. So you can't recognize this, isn't it? Can you recognize this? No. Yes, the encryption technology or the rule is a very simple one. Instead of just use the letter, we replace that with the next letter. So instead of P, we call next one PQ, AB, HI, then AB, NO, and AB. So whenever you want to get back, you know what to do. You replace the other way around, the previous one, isn't it? So that's we call encryption. So make a note of this. Yes. So that's called encryption. Okay, let's move on to the question number 5. It's asked to draw the relevant flowchart segment to present the following scenario. If friends today, then go to library, else go to the playground. So that's not that difficult. Let me quickly put. So first one, it rains today. So we can say the line. Right, so we have the decision block like this. Yes, so we can ask, does it rain today? Then based on the answer, we could have two. Yes, we can say, okay, let me say yes. The other way around, we'll put no here. Yes, we can have it here. Yes, we can type go to library. So go to playground. Right. So if it is an action, you can have like this, or else if it is output as a printed form, you can put it as a output. So I think that doesn't really matter, but you need to put it here. So that depends on what exactly we want to represent. So that's the part 1. So let's move on to part 2. Any questions from this? I hope everyone did this. It's not that difficult. So next one says a postman is required to deliver letters 150 hours. He collects mail back from the post office and travels from first house to the last houses, 50 houses it should be. Every house has a letterbox. If there are letters to particular house, he delivers them to letterbox. Otherwise, there's no letter, he skips the house. The following flowchart represents the scenario. Write down the appropriate label for A, B, C, D. Yes. Okay. Yes. Can you quickly type your answers? What should be the answer? A. Okay, Nilana gave the answer. Yes, we have to repeat how many times? Yes, we are asking whether it's 150, isn't it? So A, whether it's 150. Yes, because there are 150 houses. This is yes. Then B, it should be no, isn't it? Then are there letters to the house? No. Then C is yes. Not that difficult one. If it is no, then skip the house and deliver letters. Then total houses equals total houses plus 1. Okay. So it's a easy one, isn't it? So that time these questions were very, very easy. Now things are getting a bit difficult, you see, right? Okay, question number 6. Yes, telemedicine. Investigation, monitoring and management of patients from remote location. One advantage of telemedicine. Yes. What advantages? Yes. 6(1)(a). Yes. What are the advantages you might get? Why telemedicine? Especially when you do not have specialists, expert in particular area. So we use these technologies, right? Especially when it comes to rural area. If you are in a rural area and if you do not have availability of the expert in that particular area, usually you may connect, through ICT to expert in that particular area, right? Maybe from your city to Colombo, right? So one advantage, connecting experts. Another location, another place. Jimmy says, can I have medical advice from home or any other possible places? But it says list one advantage of telemedicine in addition to remote accessibility. So the remote accessibility we can't say, but we can say you can connect to experts in another location, right? So, and then the cost is low, traveling, low cost. You don't have to travel, you don't have to wait in a queue, right? Time saving. And even you can meet, yes, saves time. Yes, it saves time. Yes, Jimendi, what else? Another one is saves time. And the experts can monitor many patients, isn't it? Usually, experts may limit it to one particular area, but if you have like telemedicine, they can access all patients in the country or may even in the world, right? If you think about the foreign expert. So that's possible. So these are some of the, advantages. So what are the challenges? What are the challenges? Although we said it's, yes. Yes, good internet connection might be a problem. You have to have good internet connection. Yes, that might be a problem. Vishmi says legal issues. Yes, there could be problems. Issues. Yes, that might be another one. Yes, you need a trained nurse, trained medical personnel, like a nurse or doctor, together with the patient to connect into this. Yes, high cost equipment. Yes, equipment cost might be high. Yes. So these might be the challenging parts, especially the good connection as well as cost for equipment might be a problem, right? If this is happen in a rural area, because you know that even sometimes we don't have signals. So that might be a issue. Yes, one of your friend offers a copy of unlicensed software CD to you. Do you agree or disagree? Justify your answer. Yes, unlicensed software. Yes, unlicensed means you have not properly paid. Basically, might be a pirated a copy of the software. Do you agree or disagree? Yes, really? Yes, ideally, yes, you should not agree. So ideally, you should not agree to this. Yes, because it's illegal. Yes, Nilana said it's illegal. Yes, it's illegal. Illegal means it's a punishable offense. Yes, you have to pay, yeah, sometimes. Punishable offense and unethical, right? According to ethics, we should not steal, someone's work without properly make the payment. You will realize this when you also created the software. So you spend quite a lot of time, and then if someone steals your work, so that's unethical. Question number 3, part 3. Briefly explain 2 examples of computer control systems in agriculture. We have discussed in grade 10 very first lesson, like some of the uses in ICT applications in agriculture. So what are the things? Yes, answers. Yes, automated pest control. Even nowadays you can use electronic equipments automatically happen. Yes, seeding. Miro said it's seeding. Yes, there are some seed machines. Automated seeding. Yes, drip irrigation. Basically, it's automated. You don't have to say. Yes, field condition measuring. Miro said, especially in greenhouses. So most of the time, greenhouses, everything is automatically controlled. The latest one, and we can use special software to monitor those. You mean said meteorological devices? Yes. Yes, that is also there. Everything is now measured in automatically. There are sensors we use, sensor-based equipments. Okay, let's move the last one. E-learning helps one to learn her own pace compared to traditional classroom-based learning. Like e-learning and even online, like using videos, animations, multimedia. You can use your own pace, right? Some that they work very quickly, some you need some more time. In traditional classroom-based learning means like use a teacher and maybe a blackboard or whiteboard nowadays, traditional learning, right? Do you agree with this statement? What do you think? Can you agree with this one? Do you think when you have like this online learning or electronic learning, use of video recordings, use of animations, presentations, do you think you can work in your own pace? Yes, isn't it? The Jimin said agree. Yes, we should agree because we can say yes, we can agree. Dylan also agrees, yes. And then you can learn from anywhere and anytime, right? Learn from anywhere, anytime, isn't it? You don't have to, watch the videos only from your teacher. You can use it for, you can learn a lot from YouTube videos nowadays, Instagrams, there are possibilities. Learning according to user requirement, that is also possible. Yes. So according to your need, you can learn. For example, some students, they prefer to learn in the morning, some prefer to learn in the night. Time varies, right? Different person, they have different habits, they comfortable in different times. Okay, I think that's all we have for today. And do you have anything from 2018 Western paper to discuss? Do you have any question from this one? We have about 4 minutes to go, but we can quickly go if you have any unclear questions from this, or you haven't tried. How about Jimendi? Do you have any questions from this one? I told you I will not be able to discuss everything here, but if you can point out. Okay, Excel question. I will quickly go through the Excel question. Right. Commission means if you sell, you will get something back. Now let's say now some places when you sell some items, let's say 100 rupees, you will get 20% commission, 20 rupee commission. That's what you will get, right? So the commission means when you sell, let's say in according to this one, Jimendi, it says the item source 20 items. So you will get a commission for, these 20 items. So it says if let's say you will get about 20 rupees for one item, you will get 400 rupees. So that's called commission. So normally the salespersons work in this, companies, they will earn a basic salary plus some commission depend on their performance, like how much they will, sell. When you go to a shopping mall, you will see that sometimes they will mark some numbers in their tags because it will be recorded in the system, and end of the month, depend on their sales, they'll get some commission as well. Anyway, good question. What else, Jimendi? Okay, in this one it says commission for one item is 100. So you know that if the commission is one item for 100, so here Shane sold 20 items, which means he will get a commission of 20 into 100, isn't it? That means 2,000 rupees in addition to the basic salary. Any other questions? Okay, if you do not have any questions, I will stop for today. Puti mang adata natara karno.